All right, we're going to talk about political parties. Political parties are formed by people with shared political beliefs. The Democratic Party was formed in 1828 by a split in Thomas Jefferson's Democratic Republican Party. The Republican Party was formed in 1854 in opposition to slavery. The most common types of third parties are single issue parties. These are parties that are based on an ideology and parties that are united around an individual. In the United States, third parties have not done well in competition with the two major political parties, the two major political ones being Democrats and Republicans. The two-party system is rare in the world. Most democratic countries have many parties, while communist and dictator-led countries have only one party. Party differences: Democrats favor greater government regulation of the economy and government involvement in education, housing, and poverty reduction. Republicans favor promoting prosperity by reducing government regulation of the economy. The Democratic Party is stronger in the Northeast and on the West Coast, and the Republican Party is stronger in the South. Functions of political parties: so what do? They nominate candidates to hold office, they support candidates, they communicate with citizens, they run the government, they link different parts of the government together, and they act as a watchdog over governments, making sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So now we're going to look at the political party symbols. So here we have the donkey. The donkey is regularly known as for the Democrats. And the elephant is regularly known as the Republicans. Let me see. So here's a video.
During President Washington's first term, the debate over the financial program of Treasury Secretary Alexander Hamilton split Congress into two factions. Those who supported Hamilton called themselves the Federalists. They backed a strong federal government and believed only a wealthy and educated elite were qualified to rule. The Federalists also believed that manufacturing and trade were essential to building national wealth and power. Hamilton pushed through the Tariff Act of 1789 as a way to increase revenue for the federal government and protect production of domestic goods. As a result, most Federalist supporters came from urban areas in the Northeast and included artisans, merchants, manufacturers, and bankers. The faction opposing the Federalists was known as the Republicans. They have no relation to today's Republican Party. Led by then Secretary of State Thomas Jefferson, the Republicans didn't believe an aristocratic elite should control the government. Instead, they put their faith in the people's ability to govern, especially individual farmers. Jefferson argued that as long as people owned land, they had a vested interest in preserving the republic. As a result, many rural Americans, especially those in the South and West, aligned with the Republicans. Jefferson also believed that a government controlled by a ruling elite would threaten the rights and liberties of ordinary Americans. Despite their strong political differences, Hamilton's Federalists and Jefferson's Republicans were able to strike a compromise on some key issues. For example, Jefferson and his allies brokered a deal with Hamilton that required him to use his influence to locate the nation's capital on the Potomac River. In exchange, Jefferson would back Hamilton's plan to assume states' debts, a move that would give the federal government more power. In the end, Hamilton's plan became law, and the capital moved from New York to Washington, D.C.
So now what I want you guys to do is go into your reading essentials, complete those, the discussion question, the quiz, and the assigned Edgenuity module for today.